Hi, I'm James Brake, and this is my EDU 580 final project. I'm going to demonstrate Web 2.0 tools and a mobile app. My Web 2.0 tools are Quizlet and Google Docs, and my mobile app will be Google Earth. I'm going to go ahead and get started with Quizlet. Quizlet is a flashcard making program, but so much more. In addition to using your vocabulary words for flashcards, Quizlet is going to go ahead and take that information and create a variety of different learning tools for you. There are practice tests, there are games, and Quizlet will even provide feedback to the student and the teacher as to which vocabulary terms they are learning and mastering and which ones they're struggling with. As a teacher, you can use this to modify your lesson plans and spend some more time on those concepts that maybe your students are struggling with. I'm going to go ahead and open up Quizlet right now. So here I am in Quizlet. It's really simple to sign up for a Quizlet account. Just go to Quizlet.com. The instructions are very easy, and you can create a teacher account. You can then create a folder for each of your classes. Your students will search for your name and join their class. Once they're in, they can begin creating a set of vocabulary flashcards. I have already pre-created a set of flashcards, and I am going to just kind of show you what Quizlet can do. First powerful option is the flashcard itself. Here's your vocabulary word, you click it, and here comes your definition. Students can simply study their vocabulary for a while like this. Once they feel comfortable with that, they can go to some of the other options that Quizlet provides. There's a learning tool where it is going to provide a definition for you, and then you have to type in the answer, and it will tell you if you're right or wrong. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this wrong on purpose just to show you how Quizlet can show you what you've gotten wrong. Uh-oh, I'm incorrect on this one. Now, one of the possible disadvantages of Quizlet is that it might count your vocabulary words wrong even though you may be right and you just made a simple spelling error. If that's the case, you can click on this override button and prove that you were actually correct. One of the features of Quizlet is that it will actually keep track of your progress and give you an idea of which words you've mastered, which words you have struggled with. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move on to another option. We're not going to go through the speller right now, but the test is a really awesome feature. It will take your vocabulary words and definitions and then create a variety of questions for you. There are fill-in-the-blank questions, there are multiple choice questions, there are true-false questions, and if I had more vocabulary words in this set, there would even be a matching section. It provides you with a way to check your answers and you can get your score. I'm going to go ahead and move on to one of the games now that you can play for the sake of time. This is a scatter game. Students really seem to enjoy it. It's a simple matching game where you will drag your vocabulary word on top of its definition and you try to get this done as quickly as possible. So if I'm Martin Luther here, when I get it correct, it erases it. One of the things that students really enjoy about this is they can challenge their classmates to a game and try to get the high score for the class. This makes it more competitive and the students are more likely to study those vocabulary words. So the advantages of Quizlet are that it provides 6 ways for your students to study, and all they have to do is enter their vocabulary words and definitions. It is a very easy way for both the student and the teacher to stay organized because of that folder option. I can go into my second period class, look at their vocabulary, I can grade it, and then this will actually keep that work saved for them throughout the entire semester. So if you have final exams, they can go back and study those terms and they don't have to worry about lost papers or papers that they accidentally threw away. The one disadvantage that I've come across is that there is no autosave feature, and I've seen students spend about a half hour working on all of their vocabulary, they forget to save it, and then it's gone. So remind your students that they need to save their work in Quizlet. Next, we're going to take a look at Google Docs. Google Docs is a place where you can make Word documents, slideshows, spreadsheets, and it's collaborative. So I can create a document and then share that with other teachers so that we can all edit the same tests, or I can share it with my students so that they can look at a set of notes that I've already created, and I can distribute it very, very quickly, and we can eliminate the need for paper and pencil. Or you can use that for students to collaborate on a project. One of the main features that I really enjoy is that you can use Google Docs to collaborate anywhere you have an internet connection. The advantages: documents can be shared by students for collaboration. The teacher can actually provide feedback right there on the document from their computer in real time. And just like Quizlet, the Google Docs has folders so that you can stay organized. I'm going to go ahead and open up Google Docs right now. So I've opened up my web browser, I've gone to Google, I'm going to click on the Apps button, and I'm going to go to the Google Drive. You'll notice in Google Drive right away that I've already created several folders that will help me stay organized. I can keep assignments from my second period there, third period in this folder, fourth period here. I'm going to go ahead and show you a created document. One of the neat features is as soon as you give that document a title, it's going to autosave from that point forward. I'm teaching a unit right now on the Reformation, so we're going to call it that. So I begin creating this document. I can then share it with other people that I want to work on this document with me. So I'm just going to pick a couple of my teacher buddies that I want to share it with. I, again, went up here to this share button. Here's another teacher that I want to share it with. So we're going to make a test for world history. If you notice over here, we've got an option of what we can do with this when we share it. If I want these guys to be able to collaborate with me on this and make additions to this document, I can give them the power to edit it. If I don't, I just want some feedback from them, I can give them the ability to just comment on it. Hey, you might want to change this question around, or I really enjoyed this question, I might use it myself. One last option that I have is simply for people to view my work. So I can create a set of notes for my students and then share it with them and only give them the option to view it so that they can't delete important information on it on purpose or on accident, whatever. When I finish creating my list of people I want to share with, I simply hit send. I'm not going to do that now for the purpose of this project because I don't think my colleagues would appreciate a blank document from me right now. I can stay organized in Google Docs very easily. One of the things that I can do is take my document and move it to one of those folders that I showed you earlier. This way I guarantee that I'm staying very organized. If you don't create those folders, Google Docs is just going to create a very, very long list of documents. And if you don't take the time to organize it, you can really have a hard time locating past documents. So even though Google Docs has some really neat features to help you collaborate and help your students collaborate, it's also got a few disadvantages. One is that when you have a shared document, people can make changes that you may not have wanted them to make. So it's important that you remember to change the settings, whether you want this person to be able to just view the document, comment on the document, or to actually have the power to edit that document. And you'll want to remind your students about that. And finally, if you are going to collaborate, it's important to remember that you have to have an internet connection to be able to collaborate in real time. So if your students don't have that internet connection at home, this can be quite challenging. Finally, I am going to do a quick demonstration of the mobile app Google Earth. For this presentation, I'm going to go ahead and use Google Earth here on my laptop, but it is accessible by your cell phone or your tablet or any mobile device that you might have. I use Google Earth to take my students to the place I'm describing in my class discussion. So if we're talking about the pyramids, I can visit the pyramids. If we're talking about Hagia Sophia in Istanbul, we can go there and take a look at it. Also, if you just give your students some free time in class and turn them loose with this app, they'll look at where they live, they will go to places that they've always wanted to visit, and they just have an opportunity to do some independent learning. Some of the advantages to doing this is that you can kind of take a virtual field trip right there from your classroom to visit some of these sites. And if you go to a really popular location, Google Earth even provides supplementary materials such as a street view and rather than the overhead view that it normally provides with satellite images. And sometimes it'll even take you on that virtual field trip where it has, a 1-minute video that will give you a tour of the inside, the outside, and it even offers some historical information. So this is a very powerful tool. One of the disadvantages, however, is that it is made up of satellite images taken at random, so some of them could possibly contain inappropriate images or distracting items. It could accidentally capture a car accident, which would distract a student from whatever it is that you want them to be looking at, and they may focus on that, but that's not that much of a disadvantage for you. Let's go ahead and open up Google Earth now. So I've opened up Google Earth and it provides kind of a 3D image of the planet. Students will enjoy being able to just click anywhere on the globe, zoom in, and look at features all over the globe. In addition to that, if there's a specific item that you're looking for, just type it in. I mentioned earlier the ability to take a look at the Church of Holy Wisdom in Istanbul, or Hagia Sophia. So I type it in, I click on it, hit search, and it's going to take me right there. Again, these are satellite images that we're looking at, but you have the ability to zoom in. As you zoom in, you'll notice that there are items that you can click on to take a closer look at. In addition to that, some of the most popular sites will even have a little video that will kind of provide you with a tour and some historical information. So Google Earth is a great way to take your students on this virtual field trip and give them the opportunity to kind of get up close and personal to the items that you've been talking about in your class discussion or in your lecture. It's another way to use technology to bring your lessons to life. Once again, this is James Brake. This was my EDU 580 final presentation. I hope you are able to find a way to incorporate Quizlet, Google Docs, and Google Earth into your classroom. Thanks for watching.